Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. This is your December 2020 reading. Thank you guys for tuning in here to you. Thank you guys for connecting. We are here with, of course, the month of December, but keep in mind that these energies can also kind of permeate, okay, like on either end of the spectrum of so-called December. And for example, you might find that the energies coming through here might touch upon things that may have so-called happened about 6 months ago, a year ago, a few years ago. I know some of you come back to certain readings, certain points, and you're like, okay, that was definitely filmed so-called a few years ago. But that's me today. And same with, down the line, you could come back to a reading a few months down the line and find like, okay, it's really making more sense to me now. So always take it as you will, always interpret it as you do as well. And let's jump into it. And thank you guys for tuning in here to you. Thank you guys for your support as well. Your likes, your comments, your shares, of course, your subscriptions as well, for connecting on this journey spiritually, guiding your way to spiritual, I could say so-called enlightenment, okay, or awareness of also your soul's, your soul's path, calling in the highest form that you wish to sort of channel your gifts through in this dimension. And so, yes, your soul, your path and your life path calling. And for those of you who are like tuned in and you're kind of drawn to this reading or whatever it is, however you're watching, there is that focus that I hold with my videos. Everything at the end of the day, it comes down to what the matter is at hand for you. And let's say even you're watching for matters related to a partnership or relationship, whatever it is, it's not so much about that literally, even if things do come through, and sometimes there are certain things that do come through, but what it really comes down to is how your story aligns with also I'm hearing I'm hearing your findings. Okay, well, I'm hearing also though your financial matters. I don't know what that is alluding to, but okay. For a number of you Taurus, just jumping right into it, there could be something that you maybe even you feel, and it is something that you feel uniquely, and that's important to know, because we can do so many things. We can technically also be successful at so many different, hands and crafts, but it comes down to what you really feel, I'm hearing, in your soul you would like to do. And that is something that nobody can really actually tell you, right? You could watch a million readings and nobody's gonna literally point to you, really, and say, hey, you're first in line for this, is what I'm hearing. Like, that's unrealistic to think that that's going to be. So what it comes down to is how you feel on a soul deep level with, let's say, the messages, okay? So it's like, let's say communicate something, but it's really, again, up to you to take what is communicated and to translate it in your own words. And that's the beauty of this experience of life, because it is your life, right? It's your project, and yet we're all sort of synchronizing within this conversation together. So let's pull the cards here. Taurus, just a little bit of a intro there. Wow, I never have gone into it that deeply, so take it as you will. But what I'm seeing, I was meditating your energy for a few hours. Taurus, I was getting that there is something that you do art. You're picking up on. I'm hearing you do art. I don't know, that could be a particular message for a number of you, but and love and light to everyone here. There is something possibly that you do. I don't know. It's like something, but it's something that you're maybe involved in. Whatever it is, you're picking up on something that is a little bit. I'm hearing. Let's just come out and say it already. It needs to change. Okay, it's getting kind of silly. It's getting kind of ridiculous. It's getting kind of repetitive. It's becoming. I'm hearing sorry. I'm hearing sorry. Like, I don't know. It's like for itself, maybe, like whatever the cycle is. It's just been I'm hearing too much punch in the bowl. I'm hearing that as well. Like, it's just the dynamic has gotten really, I'm hearing again silly. So there could be a particular message here coming through. Do we need to change orientation of the camera? We may. And you know what? If we need to do that, let's just do that, because it's about what we need. I'm hearing that, like, specifically. Okay, a little bit of this feeling coming through. That was in the Scorpio Pluto retrograde reading. Let me just sort of situate this, Taurus. Bear with me. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, just like, what is true. And there's no really going about that. For a number of you, maybe you felt like, let's backtrack, clear ground. You've possibly felt, let's clear again. You possibly felt that there was something that was not really accenting, first of all, your needs, second of all, your passions, okay? And I don't know why those would be separately drawn out from one another, where you say, well, I need this, but, and then I'm passionate about that. It's like, but take it as you will. For a number of you, there's something you just like maybe have not acknowledged, and it's gotten so funny, actually, is what I'm hearing. It's just funny at a certain point. Like, yeah, like, so where am I? I'm hearing that as well, like, in this conversation is what I'm hearing. Okay, now Taurus, let's clear the energy and ground, and let's get our water here. Let's get our tea. We've got a bit to touch base on is what I'm hearing. But for a number of you, this could be professionally. It may have to do with something that you're trying to. I'm hearing actively find a solution to. Maybe it's something that you've known just like has not been really making a whole bunch of sense. And it's like, I just want to brand it. Now, for a number of you, though, somebody feels like possibly even embarrassed. They feel maybe a little bit uncomfortable with the direction that a certain experience has gone in. And it's like, I'm hearing Franny. I'm hearing that very strongly. Now, for a number of you, it gets to a certain point where you're like, I can't get hot and bothered about where my truth leads others. I'm hearing in the conversation, like with themselves. So in this exact line almost came through another reading. One second. This tea is so lovely. Oh my God. It's actually pretty rare that I feel like, oh my God, I love that tea, but that is like one tea that I really, really love. Okay. I'm feeling guided towards the children's spiritual animal deck here for you, Taurus. Let's get into it. Do the right thing, the eagle. Okay, no pressure. No pressure, but it is easy. The pressure is not doing, in other words, what you really feel, what you really want, and really acting on that impulsive energy space. Now, I was meditating your energy. I'm hearing Leo very strongly here. And I was seeing you, Taurus, in like a group of people. And I'm seeing you kind of looking at the way that things have been. I'm hearing ordered and managed. And it can be, again, something that you're like involved in on a financial level, whatever it is. And it's like, at a certain point, though, Taurus, you're like, yeah, hey, this is weird. Why are we not saying that that's happening? I'm hearing that as well. Like, there's something maybe in the way that it is sort of also presented where it's like, yeah, it's unrealistic. I'm hearing that as well. Like, to think that that's really... Sorry about that. Taurus, the phone cut for some reason. Yeah, for a number of you, like, yeah. And when every time that you want to, like, kind of talk about whatever this is, possibly, you get, like, shut out, you get shut off. There are people who don't want to hear it. They don't want to go there with you, is what I'm hearing as well. Maybe they will kind of, I don't want to say they'll sort of, some people may kind of, like, threaten or, like, blackmail. This might not be for everyone, but it's like, every time you want to have a certain type of conversation, it's like, don't go there now, is what I'm hearing. So for a number of you, I'm also seeing that maybe somebody's, like, a little curious. They're like, so why are they doing that like that? Like, and it's something that maybe you're observing. This could actually be a child. Okay. 2 cards wanting to come out here. The card of the monkey. Try something new and reverse. Yeah, it's that sort of curiosity energy. It's like, I feel, hey everyone, I feel like this is not where we need to be taking this. And it's like, there is maybe a history or past, something very, very conventional is what I'm hearing as well, possibly religious. I don't know, take it as you, well, what is religious? That is kind of like somebody definitely wants to point something out to maybe even a large group of people. And it's like a lot of people. I'm hearing half the people in that room don't want to make money. I'm hearing in any other way. I'm hearing in that way. Like, and this could be you with a startup idea. You're like, yeah, they think anything that is not, like, said and done already is, like, stupid. So what do I do? Stand here and say, like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be, like, listening to my, also my intuition here? Like, yeah, no. I'm hearing have a seat. I'm hearing good looking, Warren brother? I don't know what that is with lion. I was the lovers. Interesting. Maybe we'll pull a card there on that. Ask for what you want is a lion. Yeah, with a dream. There's somebody wants to come out about something in a certain space. It feels like a tight space in terms of talking about whatever you want to talk about in that space. Dolphin and cooperate with others. It's like, there's not a whole lot of room. Okay. And I'm hearing budget film. Interesting. It's like, there's not a whole lot of room. And there's this awkwardness where maybe there's even a contract. It's like, technically I can't really innovate in this space. Or technically it's like, I'm not really supposed to be talking about these types of things. But at a certain point, Taurus, I'm hearing Leo, Aries. With Leo, Aries, you need to let it go. I'm hearing, what is it? It is what it has been defined as. I'm hearing made out to be as an it to begin with. I'm hearing it's not an it is a me, and it is my passion. That's what I need to accommodate I'm hearing that's what I need to act on. And if I feel at the end of the day like a number, I'm sorry, I'm seeing you like kind of talking to someone here, Taurus. Let's just get real now. Okay, let's just get like really, really honest here. With the dolphin, cooperate with others, do the right thing, eagle. Something is getting awkward, okay? Where it's like, I'm kind of acting like this is all right. It's not all right. It's not all right, because when I really reflect on my instincts, I realize that I'm in a straitjacket. I'm hearing of honesty with my higher self, and I don't want to be in that position where I feel like I'm not even able to act on my impulses. You know, let me say it this way, it's maybe a little abstract, but I'm seeing for a number of you, you're really getting this. Let's say you're in a company, okay? And the people in that company, they have a certain way of going about things. Now, let's say you enter into that company and you kind of like have this reaction, okay, to the way things are happening. Okay, it's like, just naturally, it's not like you hired me to give my 2 cents, but, this is, and maybe you were, let's say you're in a position of like carrying out or like performative tasks. It's not, let's say, so much, I'm hearing duties, it's not so much like, let's say like in the innovative side of things. And I'm hearing strings, I'm hearing shoestring theory, I'm seeing an electric blue color here. And for a number of you, it's like, at a certain point, I'm hearing Taurus, Leo, okay? There is this one conversation that becomes so high, I'm hearing hiked up, I'm hearing as well. It becomes so intense, I'm hearing this as well. Not in terms of maybe what you're talking about, although it can actually be a really important so-called conversation, very big conversation. When it comes to finances, for a number of you, it could be related to something of even like a negotiation of term contracts. It can be financially, somebody's bidding on something, I don't know, it's a big project though, for a number of whatever it is possibly. And it's like, what becomes heightened about it, okay, is the feeling of dissonance with the way that we're having it. So in other words, it's like you're looking at some space, you're just, that feeling when something's building in you, and you're just like, I cannot not look at this and not look at this like this in the way that I need to look at this. So let's clear, this is a personal moral thing as well we're talking about here. With a lion, ask for what you want. This is possibly something that is even a matter of negotiation with someone who, you feel like it's like a company who's looking at your proposal, and they're like, well, they're kind of sizing it up, and it's like maybe they want to, for a number of big time, you want to sell your company, and maybe I'm hearing whatever it is, land ownership, I'm hearing that as well with the lion, ask for what you want. It's like, you need to assert what you feel the value is. That is half of the magic, right? That is made for here in this space. With the unicorn, use your imagination. It's like, what went into creating this space? This is Taurus, your talk with I'm hearing with your life, because this is your story, actually, is what I'm hearing. So for a number of you, even if, let's say, you're selling a business or whatever this is, right? Or let's say that it's your craft. It's like, hey, at the end of the day, I realize, like, this is my time. Even if you work for a business, right? You're not just working for that business. This is your life. Wherever you put your energy, your time, okay, that is literally your life, okay, that you are placing into a certain, I'm hearing, conversation with someone. And if you're working with a company, it's like, I hope you feel passionate about what they're talking about. It's like in that way. And if you feel like you need to be talking about something else, like, okay, it says stand up for yourself right there, bear. It's like, start talking about that. Okay, but I'm hearing, but that's going to push their buttons. Well, listen, if they don't realize that they have buttons to begin with and they think they're absolutely perfect and they don't want to hear any kind of form of criticism, then I'm hearing, I don't know if we want to be. Okay. Holding the bread in the basket with them together like that, and saying, hey, Saturday's pretty much the same as Sunday. Let's just, keep on rolling with this, and maybe, definitely, yeah, okay, Monday, okay, fine, Tuesday. It's like, don't just go along with something just because you feel like you've already started this conversation, is what I'm hearing as well. Wow. So maybe somebody's like, look, I need to step in and say, hey, I'm hearing honey in the pot is not also what I'm here for. Somebody wants to stand up, and they're like, that's it. I'm hearing that. With the fox, do circuit favors for others. Somebody maybe wants to even call something out. They're like, hey, I see, this is like, it's happening, and I don't know what that's going to, but take it as you will. Maybe it's something even legal, financial, it's just something really possibly even controversial, maybe somewhat political, maybe legal, absolutely legal for a number of you, financial, definitely for a large number of you. It is something, though, where it's like, well, what do I say about that, okay? Because I see what's happening, I see what's going on, so what are we doing about that? We're not doing anything about, we don't want to, like, acknowledge that? Okay, then that's where I need to say, I'm hearing, pleased to meet you, but I don't need to, sort of, like, say that this is also my personal truth. So for a number of you, you are about to step out of a space that you just simply don't resonate with on a moral level. And at a certain point, it becomes clear to you that you want to honor that, okay? How you feel about something morally. And maybe for example, you're working for a business, they're really paying you very well. I'm hearing Taurus, Leo, Aries. There's a lot of accommodation in a certain way, maybe perks, whatever it is. But yes, like lots of royalties. I'm hearing it in this way. But at a certain point, and that could be different for everyone, right? It's not necessarily like we're giving you shares stock in the company, but it could be like, let's say like I'm hearing shaving kit gear. I don't know, maybe you work for some kind of company, they're giving you like freebies, whatever. You're like, this is cool. But at a certain point, it's the moral, and it can be in the way of saying that it's maybe nothing wrong, so-called, with the company itself. It's just like, okay, they just don't want to think about innovative ways of going about things. It could be the structure in which the company has been also founded that you're like, okay, well, it's great that they have this family-owned business idea. I'm hearing that as well. But at a certain, I'm hearing the fortune around it has become like too thick of a fog for me to even see through like what this becomes. 1 second, let's clear it. Yeah, so somebody may be saying, hey, like, they don't want it. Well, there's history here, possibly, and it is controversial, where it's like, well, we don't want to change the family business, family name. It's like, even maybe a plot of land, it's like, it's got some historical, I'm hearing it's a monument for everybody. I don't know what this alluded to, or it has something there. It's like, for a number of you, someone feels this is kind of rude, okay? It's like, you're not even honoring, like, okay, the advancements that have been made. I'm hearing also in terms of safety and technology. I'm hearing that with the fox. Do seek your favors for others. There's something that somebody feels is actually possibly wildly inappropriate if we're really going to get down to it. Like, and I don't know what that's alluding to, but yeah, it could be something where maybe there's an aspect to this space that's just kind of like even inappropriate. I'm hearing that. Like, I don't know. There's something just with a bear, and it could even be related to gender. I'm hearing that, where it's like the way the company is structured is just, this is just not, I'm hearing, and that's all. What's that song? It's just plain to see, and that's all, something like that. It's like, it's just the same, and that's all. Something has been, it's not practical anymore, is what I'm hearing. And for a number of you, this actually bothers you so badly. There's something with a concept here we're working with. It's like, maybe for no reason something very conventional, okay, and maybe even it's just like, I mean, I'm seeing even a business that's very much, let's say, so-called well-respected, maybe even in their industry, and it's a pleasure. I'm hearing to also work with people like this. On one hand, I don't know what that's alluding to. Maybe it's very like chivalrous, even like the energy is very old school is what I'm hearing. It's cool, but then it's like on the other hand, and I don't know what that's alluding to for everyone, but it's like on the other hand, it's also like really kind of impossible to even like have a certain type of conversation, maybe even with this person. Maybe for no reason, this is like it's an age thing, or there's your boss here. I don't know what that's alluding to, but whatever it is, Taurus, it it does become obviously needed to be called out. I'm hearing for you, where you say, whatever happens with the space, like maybe I can't change it. I can't change its mind, but I can change the way that I react to it. And maybe for a certain period of time, you're like, well, I'm just kind of going along with this and saying like, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Okay, because it's like, for a number of you, I'm hearing, well, I respect them. Like, it's like, this is some really well-known business. I'm seeing it, it's very interesting in this way, but always take it as you will. It's like, I'm almost seeing like a high-end fashion brand, like a really like luxury brand, but it's something kind of, I'm hearing, it's got quite a history to it. It's like, I don't want to say they're not willing to work with anyone else but on it, but like I don't know what that's alluding to, but it's like almost like a historical, like a Burberry vibe, but I'm not saying that it's literal. Okay, that's where we have to say, okay, you gotta also interpret it in the way that you do, right? So how is this maybe conceptually or symbolically relevant for you, maybe in some way? But I'm seeing like almost like an Hermès sort of feeling. Hermès, Hermes, that very like high-end luxury brand, so-called, and okay, luxury is different for everyone, it's how you define it, right? But there's a history, there is definitely like, it's a quality thing. Here's what we're seeing. Possibly when it comes down to it, it's like, well, they make really like high quality things, but maybe how do they make it is more my question now, is what I'm hearing with the bear and stand up for yourself. So for a number of you, yeah, now I'm seeing like, yeah, for a number of you, you're maybe working for one of these companies like this. It's like, and it doesn't have to be in fashion, right? That's just what's coming to my mind. But it's like, maybe it's just something where you're thinking, well, this is just not making sense. Like, it's not making sense. It's making interesting. Maybe for a number of you, you feel like it's also, I mean, that could be a play on words, okay? They could be making a lot of money, but they're not, it's like they don't accept projects that are like, this could be a venture capital firm as well, but they're not accepting projects that are like young and fresh and innovative is what I'm hearing. That's not me talking, I'm just channeling what's coming through, so you just have to take it the way that you take it, or, however, but it's just like gonna become clear. I mean, obviously maybe somebody feels like this is inevitable, and if you're not gonna like move with the industry, like, and this is maybe a trend that you're picking up on, it's like if you're gonna be turning away clients because of like also your ego, I'm hearing you're gonna have to cut the price like by half down the line, and that is not gonna be the company that I want to work for. I'm hearing at that point, because everything that I find to be like also virtuous about this, I'm hearing this value that we hold right now is actually not impossible to define later down the line. So somebody's thinking, you know what, the allure of this is just, I don't think it will appreciate. That could be on a financial level. You're like, I just don't think, like, you're looking at some space Taurus, you're thinking, if a change is not made to the way that we have this conversation, we're not going to have a conversation at all. Like, a few years down the line, it's going to be completely irrelevant, is what I'm hearing, actually. And maybe someone is like, they're really looking at someone. They're like, hey, and this could be a connection, a relationship. Look at this bear card. It's kind of sad. It might be bittersweet, because it's like, well, I don't want to leave the company. I'm hearing that as well. I don't want to say, hey, I can't like do this with you guys. Like, because you do have respect for the space. However, there is the sensation that it's just not our story. It's just not our personal story, and that's what comes forward when we're talking about our values. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing purposefully with the bear, and stand up for yourself. Now, for a number of you, maybe you feel like somebody's just like stuck in this like old way of thinking or not thinking, and it's like, why are you avoiding even going there? Why are you avoiding talking about that kind of conversation? Yeah, no, let's get the wild unknown here. I'm hearing it's getting tiring, if we're quite honest. I'm hearing that with the bear and stand up for yourself. A card here popping out. It is the sun. Yeah. So, okay, it's getting really awkward, you guys. No, like, I'm hearing, does anybody hear like the sound of the goose like hollering? I'm hearing for more, I'm hearing winter clothes. I don't know to wear. I don't know what that's going to. One second. This could actually be the way that you are presenting something or preparing to present something, and like there's something in the environment. It's pretty awkward, controversial. I'm hearing that as well. But it's something about the awkward realization that's had, even where it's like they're not. One second. They're not ready yet. I'm hearing that as well. Let's clear it. Like, so, even like some business is about to present something, is like half the business is like not here. I'm hearing that as well. Sorry, we're not here. We're not here. Ten of Swords in reverse. Let's clear it. How are we going to talk about this? I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. I'm hearing this is going to be some frustrating news. The Hermit right there. That might have to do with some kind of accounting side of things. I don't know. Or something when it comes down to, it's somebody like, well, let's say it this way. This is a pressure point. Maybe someone's like, it's time for me to just come out with this already. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe somebody wants to speak on behalf of a whole company about something, a community. I don't want to say they want to out them, but it's like, hey, are we not going to talk about this? Like, look at the way she's working at the desk without, I'm hearing, take me down notes. I don't know. Something maybe is chaotic, and that's again not me talking, but there's just something that let's clear it. Somebody wants to look at even like more closely. This could actually be an audit. One second. Oh my god, we almost stripped this all over our pink jeans. It's funny because I actually really dressed up for your reading today. I'm hearing Aries, Taurus. I don't normally like, but in terms of like fashion, visually, aesthetically, like I was like, oh, like I was thinking about the actual. It was very interesting, even like, whatever it is. But for a number of you, I'm hearing to be or not to be. For a number of you going back and forth about this, yeah. for actually quite some time you were thinking, is this the right place for me to be? Is this really the right person for me? I'm hearing that as well. Nine of Wands upright, Ace of Swords in reverse. You were definitely like conflicted. You were going back and forth. The Devil right there with the Hermit. This is maybe a Capricorn you're dealing with, or just matters of like, if it's financial, it's very, very so-called important. You know, these are big deals we're talking about, like real, as someone says it, possibly. But I'm seeing that maybe even it's like some kind of investment company. They got a lot of portfolios. It's like they're just for a number of you, I'm hearing I'm hearing their stock ticker, and I'm hearing announcements. I'm hearing that maybe it's just like there's a lot of potential, but I'm hearing if we're not gonna like, I'm hearing it again in this way, like really I'm hearing approach the message from like another I'm hearing tiger's eyes. I'm hearing that as well. It's clear from another tiger's perspective. Interesting. Like somebody's gonna level with them. They're like, look, this is gonna get competitive. We just want you to know, like, you know, right? I'm hearing that with the lion looking into the future. It's like if we don't like really also advance right here. Ooh, for a number of you, this can be maybe even like you're striking a deal, Taurus. For a number of you, it's like you're talking to someone about maybe even a wage or some kind of price cut, and it's like maybe whatever this is will endure into the future, like for a long so-called time. And you know that for a number of you, you feel like it's got to get off to the right foot, like the right start, okay? Because you know, if I start, let's say, the company, and I say, hey, yeah, like this wage is all right, like to begin with, you know, that's going to set the tone for the rest of also the marriage is what I'm hearing. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's clear it, but you know, take it as you will. Maybe that's how you're sort of observing it now. Now, you see here the swan. You are beautiful just as you are. For a number of you, yeah, you do realize maybe also your needs. Okay, in this space, lizard dream. I'm seeing someone who's very creative. They're extremely creative, and you know they have problems possibly in storylines that don't, I'm hearing, have understanding of also, I'm hearing vacation time. Wow, like for a number of you, maybe you're realizing I need time to take to myself. I need vacation time. I'm hearing that, like specifically, and maybe your work is just becoming so overwhelming. I'm almost reminded of that Leo reading. Hummingbird, cheer up. I want to pick 3 stacks here, so we're gonna pull some cards, and you can pick your stack. Okay. I didn't do this for any of the signs. Just felt guided here to jump. Yeah, I didn't do stocks, okay, before. So for within the general mid-month reading, so, or at least the general readings. Horse, trust your feelings in reverse, 2nd stack. And the fox, do secret favors for others, okay, upright in that 3rd stack. And we're going to pull a few cards here from the Wild and Known for the 1st stack. Okay, we got 2 cards there. Horse in reverse. For the 2nd stack, we have 2 cards as well. For the 3rd, we have 2, the Emperor, and another card that I don't actually see. So feel free to choose your stacks. The 1st stack is the Hummingbird with the 9 of Cups and the Son of Wands. The 2nd stack is the Horse in reverse, trust your feelings in reverse, with the Daughter of Wands upright and the 3 of Cups upright. The 3rd stack is the Fox, do secret favors for others, and if you feel guided to assign certain questions to certain stacks, where whatever it is, then feel free. Where you say, okay, well, I want to sort of focus on certain energies in that stack, and so on and so forth. Emperor upright, and the 9 of Pentacles was a card that we didn't see, was upside down in reverse. Okay, so let's jump into it. Let's start here with the 3rd stack. The Fox, do secret favors for others, the Emperor, and the 9 of Pentacles. Now, let's set the rest of the stacks here apart. What I'm seeing, Taurus, for a number of you is I'm hearing holiday. I'm hearing refreshments are not enough to somebody here. Let's 1 second. Somebody would like to communicate as they feel it. What is an important message to a large body of people. They want to maybe even represent something here. This definitely for a number of you has to do with some kind of public space or reputation. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse right there, right? Well, it's kind of diagonally here sitting on top of the Fox. For a number of you, this has to do with history. There is the need to start somewhere with this conversation because it's gone on for possibly for a number of you, you feel like really long time as well. And it can be a pattern where we say, I need to end this, is what I'm hearing as well, and end it now. no. I'm hearing that. The cycle of maybe not talking about it. So with a fox and do secret favors for others, I'm seeing that maybe for a number of you, it's like, I'm seeing somebody who worked for a business and like they felt like the business, let's just say in this way, like it was just way too expensive. Okay. So they felt like morally within themselves, they felt, I feel like, you know what, people need to be able to like afford this stuff. So they were giving like kind of stuff away, like, you know, on the down low, not literally possibly, but you know, it's something like that is what I'm hearing with the Fool. It's what I'm seeing with the Fool. I'm hearing the Fool, the fox with, yeah, this is definitely related to maybe some kind of I'm hearing anthropological, you know, activism related space as well, like philanthropical, philanthropic, like kind of like, you know, they felt like they're not doing the right thing. So like, I'm not going to make a huge announcement out of this, but I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to advance them anyways. Interesting. I'm even seeing maybe this is in like human resources relations, like somebody wanting to give someone like appropriate feedback. Like it's like the so-called, there is someone who is not acknowledging this space. So it's like, and this can be an aspect of your being. You're like, well, if they're not going to say it, like, I'm going to say it. Let's clear it. Yeah, the Father Cups going through the Hangman, the Death card. There's a lot of history here. We got the High Priestess. Oh my, mirroring the Father Cups upright. Seven of Cups in between the two upright. The World in reverse. Yeah, and the Mother Wands is in reverse at the base of the World in reverse. There's some kind of potential that is not actualized. And that is, as someone feels it, even like a mission that they're on, that's like spiritually, there's some kind of responsibility they feel they have. So, let's get an advice card here with that energy. The Sun in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing this is going to be very challenging to not address clearly at a certain point. I'm feeling that it is inevitable. Wow, the Two of Cups. So there is maybe for a number of you, this is maybe even somebody who does really, really, they feel very much attracted as well to some space here or some aspect of the connection, or there's somebody who they're also really interested in. It may be kind of like a friend here with the Star. Okay, right over the Eight of Cups. Yeah, in the theme. There's something definitely coming is what I'm hearing as well. Let's get just a future position card right here real quick. Seven of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing MAR. What is that, March? Eight of Pentacles upright, Daughter of Swords upright. Somebody was going to want to communicate about this is what I'm hearing. So take it as you will. You know, I'm not sure exactly what that might be alluding to, but we'll jump into also the day-by-day spread. We'll pull a card for each of the days. We'll get further into possibly, you know, if this is, let's say we're talking about December here. Now we have the Horse in reverse, second stack, okay? The Horse is in reverse. Trust your feeling is in reverse with the Daughter of Wands upright and the Three of Cups upright. I'm hearing, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. For a number of you, maybe there was some kind of experience that just was very, I'm hearing obviously made clear. Interesting, like something was almost even like hounded out. I'm hearing that. It's like beating a dead horse feeling with the Horse. Trust your feelings. Ten of Wands coming through right there in reverse. We're in the Daughter, Wands upright. Like, this is just like not making sense at a certain point. I'm seeing a group of cacti on this card of the Horse. Beautiful. Actually kind of set in the desert. Okay, and by the way, if this is going by a little too quickly, like if you feel like the talking is going by too quickly, you could actually slow it down. Okay, I'm seeing a ladybug here. Wow, Temperance coming through, Three Cups. For number of you, this is like something, I'm hearing the letter B. I'm hearing bro. Something has just like was so silly. Like maybe you were, or something you were observing. Like, yeah, they're not obviously, you know, engaging their emotional needs in this space. Like maybe you realize this, you recognize this in another. You're like, you're not trusting your intuition. I'm hearing that as well. You're kind of acting like you're, I'm hearing famous, I'm hearing as well, but you're not really in the auditorium yet. I'm hearing that as well. It's clear. Maybe someone felt like they were insensitive to some kind of also, wow, it's very interesting. There's even like a community or there's some group. It's like, you know, they felt like there was something not being, wow, Ace of Wands right there, poking into the Ten of Wands. Got so many fire cards here. You do have the Three of Cups as well, but you have the Ace of Wands. Look at this, poking into the Ten of Wands perpendicularly. Very interesting, with a Horse, trust your feelings. So for a number of you, yeah, and the Temperance card is mirroring the Ace of Wands. The Horse is mirroring the Ace of Wands. So there's just a lot that becomes at a certain point kind of, I'm hearing stupid, even silly as we see it, with the Judgment card falling out as well. Like, okay, we're gonna not say it. Okay, so Justice right there with the Judgment card. Yeah, this is like kind of, it's kind of, for a number of you, you might even like look at this and be like, how can they hide that? I'm hearing that as well. How can they keep their emotions to themselves? Maybe there's someone here who is really expressive, like naturally, or maybe very intuitive. The Star right there, I'm pulling that card on the Temperance card. Yeah, they're very much, maybe they're very passionate, and it's like there's something about the environment that just doesn't make sense to them. I'm hearing that, and maybe that's something they come down to. They're like, this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, like let's say we're even in a relationship, but like we're not, we're kind of acting like we're not. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, let's get into the first stack here. The hummingbird, cheer up. I'm hearing class in classroom. I'm hearing that. Okay, Son of Wands is upright as well with the Nine of Cups here upright in this stack. Okay, for a number of you, let's clear it. I actually want to get another children's spiritual animal card here. For a number of you, I'm seeing that intuition here is very important. Okay, I'm hearing your empathic abilities, your intuition though, I'm hearing that actually twice. There's something that you realize is actually of utmost importance, and where the power lies is in that perspective point of how you see things, and that's a very creative sort of perspective that you hold, and honoring that is very important here is what I'm seeing. For a number of you, this has to do with your creative abilities, all right, like big time. Swan, you were beautiful just as you are. This is something of an ability that you have, and it's like kind of a shame not to feel that it's appreciated is what I'm hearing as well. The Crow, believe in the magic in reverse. There's been something for a number of you that's been kind of hiked up but not really achieved. I'm hearing that as well, where it's like we had a really high standard. This is really reminding me of the Aries reading. I just did that last night, so if you feel guided, it's Aries December 2020. Feel free to watch that reading if you feel guided. That energy right here with the Son of Wands came through very strongly last night as well in their spread. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing the letter V. I'm hearing vice. I have a vice. Somebody's making excuses for why. Also, this could be like somebody also feeling like they're trying so hard to get something to make sense, and it's like they're just not budging. Like, I'm not gonna force it to happen. I'm hearing that as well. I'm not gonna be the one to say, hey, like you have to like first do this, then that. Okay, the Four of Cups coming through as well. 2 4s here. Very strong Cancer energy. Let's get another card out here. One more card. Just one more. The Mother of Pentacles in reverse. For a number of you, yeah, this energy definitely came through last night. The Aries read. It's like you don't want to have to tell someone also, hey, I need a vacation. It's like, it shouldn't get to that point where we say, hey, like, and that could be a metaphorical vacation, okay? It could be a metaphor where we say, hey, like, I just want to like enjoy this scenery. Interesting. One second. Well, it has to do with maybe for a number of you, yes, for a number of you, you're working for a company or something, it's like restrictive. It's like it doesn't allow you to feel comfortable or safe in your creative zone, is what I'm hearing as well. There's some kind of energy. It's in the environment, maybe even Mother of Pentacles in reverse. This is root chakra energy that somebody feels like, let's pull one more card there on that Mother of Pentacles. It has to do with your intuition, the eagle, do the right thing. Let's get one more card here. The Deer, be kind to yourself and others upright. Monkey, try something new. There's a little bit of pressure as I'm getting it. It's like pressure to act on our hunch here. I'm seeing for a number of you, it's like someone feels like it's very interesting. Look at these 2 deer that are illustrated on this card. It's like this mama deer. I'm seeing like she was walking forward, and then it's like she was very focused on whatever it is that she was doing, and then it's like she turned back, and it's like, there is something that she needs to tend to. She realized, like, I don't know what that's alluding to. 1 second. There's something in the past that is, I don't want to say holding you back, but it's like there's something that's on someone's mind, even it's weighing on their mind. It's like kind of worrying them, even. It's almost like, they constantly have to tend to something. It's just interrupting their natural, I'm hearing, yeah, they're getting tired of something here. Eyesight, vision, 2020. It's like the influence lion. It's like when they're feeling, when every time I have to stop what I'm doing and like turn on the television and like talk about that instead, it really ruins my vibe. I'm hearing that with the buffalo as well. Be thankful for all you have. It's like this can be a space where you feel that, I don't want to say you're indebted or you're obligated. It's like with the deer and the buffalo, it's like, but they're this, but they're family, but they're that, but they're this. It's like, but at the end of the day, it's like, you want to like, there's a little bit of irony here actually with the monkey and the deer. It's like with a deer, we think really of Pentacles energy as well. We can, right? We see even the Mother of Pentacles come through in reverse here with the Devil as well. You got a very strong focus on Earth energy here. It's like this sustainable sort of energy space. We talk about history, tending to needs, I'm hearing, as well of others to some degree. And then we have the monkey, which is like, I'm just here to kind of like make a mess and like, maybe clean it up, maybe not. Like, this is maybe 2 desires where you're saying, I don't want to feel like I'm also like tied down to this space. Interesting. Beaver, do your chores. It's like, I don't want to feel possibly for a number of you that like, I have to be here. Maybe sometimes I just want to kind of just like be here and like, have like also nothing to do. Yeah, turtle, take your time. So there is there is an experience that you want to have, but it's like it's like the way you come down to it, you want to feel like you came to that conclusion. You don't want to feel like they told me to do it in that way, so then, I eventually melted into the pot like that. I don't know what that's going to. Maybe someone has a fear of also manipulation is what I'm hearing as well with the devil and the wheel of fortune, four cups. It's like maybe with themselves, like, oh my god, like destiny, like they're afraid of so-called things like also happening for a reason. I don't know what that's alluding to, but there's just, maybe it's a subconscious fear with the devil and the wheel of fortune. Like they're kind of, I don't want to say they feel guilty about something, but the raccoon, you have everything you need. They have to, well, they feel like they need to slowly or gradually accomplish some space. One second, but they're not acknowledging something is what I'm hearing with the devil. Now, it's very interesting because, it's funny, I wanted to pull this card, but then I was like, let me just keep shuffling. It was on the face of this deck. Bear, stand up for yourself, and here it comes as the theme. It's the last card out. For a number of you, you maybe feel like you can accommodate the needs of others, like you could do that, but if it gets to the point where it is in place of your conversation, I'm hearing, with where you want to take this project, I'm hearing at that point we need to say, like, yellow, I'm hearing yellow is not purple, and same color as that. Interesting. I don't know what that's alluding to, but again, the buffalo, be thankful. For a number of you, I don't want to say you feel guilty for riding out on your own and doing what you need. The monkey, for a number of you, it's about your actual space. It's about your living space. For a number of you, you feel like emotionally there are too many things also going on in the environment, and that's just like not allowing you to really explore. I'm hearing your senses. I'm hearing that as well. So for a number of you, maybe you feel like, hey, I just want to kind of have a child. Like I'm hearing loving. I'm hearing experience. I don't know what that's alluding to, but maybe you feel like someone's not willing to, or the role that someone plays in a certain connection makes it so that it's very challenging to, very difficult to access certain emotional, certain emotional needs. For a number of you, it's maybe somebody's not emotionally ready to have this experience. Ten of Swords upright on the 1st of December. This is a general for all, no longer related to the stocks. Ten of Swords upright. I'm going to pull a card for each of the days, December. 2nd of December, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Something is exhausting. It is obvious by the 1st of December in some way. The question just becomes, what are we going to do about that, right? So, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, what are we going to do about that? I'm hearing that again. 8 of Wands is in reverse on the 3rd of December. Let's get a few more cards out here for the first week. Father Swords upright on the 4th. The 5th is the Tower, yeah. So, it's inevitable. I'm hearing that. The way that we, I'm hearing hide Mickey Mouse in the club. I don't know what that is alluding to, like, and tell him not to come out yet. Like, it's inevitable. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somebody is like, they feel kind of bad. There could be a financial story to this, where it's like, there's an emotional side, but then there's also a financial side. It's like, I feel bad being the person to say this, but, I think that, I'm hearing you're becoming a little bit, one second. I'm hearing, cause I like it. I'm hearing, I think this is a song, but I'm hearing I'm into it. Cause I'm into you. I'm into you. Ooh, I'm hearing that song. Is it by J-Lo? Yeah, I'm into you. I'm into you. What's that song? Somebody wants to let someone go. I'm hearing that. Father shows up right in the first week. Hangman in reverse in the second. This energy definitely came through as well in the Aries reading, so really feel free to check that reading out if you feel guided. Really would recommend that. If you're feeling even slightly that there is a focus on that archetype, let's say you have an Aries Venus, Mars, you have Aries rising, this is for a small number of you, maybe even you got Mars on the rising, or in the first house, like, yeah, well, yeah, rising on the first house, you might want to go check that out. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing LOL. He patted me on the back and he said, sorry, I'm not made for this. I'm hearing that as well. 9 of Cups in reverse. Oh, damn. Son of Wands in reverse. Four of Pentacles upright. Yeah, I'm hearing his family. Three of Swords right there on the other side of the spread. Let's clear it. This is something very controversial. Somebody realizes someone's not willing to be vulnerable. They're not willing to be honest. Maybe they're coming forward. They're saying, hey, I can't do this. It's like, you're not telling me the real reason why, and we both know that, but that's okay. Hangman here in reverse in the second week. Death card in reverse. Now, why are they still here? One second. Two of Pentacles fallen out on top of the Three of Swords upright. Some of you are dealing with maybe a Scorpio, Eight of Swords. There's a lot that we haven't said to them. So let's clear it. Someone's also acting like they're not interested in someone or as interested as they really are, and that's getting old to someone, is what I'm hearing as well. Devil in that third week. Let's clear it. I'm hearing, hey, where are you? They're like calling them, like not picking up. Let's clear it. Devil in reverse. Someone's like, I'm not going to be like saying again that's like, that's okay. Okay. Next time, Ace of Pentacles upright, Three of Cups in reverse, Knight of Wands upright. The Hermit just fell in my lap. Someone gets a letter. They're like, what is this? It's kind of a surprise. Ace of Cups as well popping out with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups upright, Ace of Cups reverse, the Ace of Swords right there. That fell out as well, feeling pressure, activation of Crown Chakra. For a number of you, yeah, activation of Crown Chakra. For a number of you, you definitely possibly even have some sort of, I'm hearing decision to make is what I'm hearing. You get the Nine of Swords in the theme, the Father of Pentacles poking apart. For you, this could be an ultimatum. Absolutely, you're coming forward to someone saying, hey, no, I gotta like stop what you're doing. I gotta stop you like right there. If that's your mirror on the wall and like you're gonna move it around like that and try to situate and make it perfect like that, make me a new I'm hearing pot pie to eat, because this one I'm hearing seemed hurried. I'm hearing that as well. Like, hold on, someone's like, yeah, I don't resonate with that. Son of Cups. Very interesting though, because let's clear. I'm seeing two people. They're entrancing one another in this conversation. It's like, let's clear it, Taurus. It's reminding me a little bit of that reading we did for you. I think it was back in October, where it was like something with like the telescopes or the kaleidoscopes. Okay, someone was like in the castle, and yeah, and then they're like, they come inside, and they're sort of with one another in this intimate space, and the feeling was like they were at war together. And then they start kind of wanting to talk to one another. I'm hearing like, let's make sense of this, okay, together. I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. It's going to be on a higher plane, okay, spiritually, even with the Hermit. Yeah, let's clear it. This is definitely an ultimatum. Let's clear it again. Wow. Yes, there's definitely an ultimatum here. I'm hearing, hey, he's here. It's like this person is like, no, they're looking at them like, just, you're better off saying like, yeah, you really see it, okay? Also like, just be honest. I'm hearing that with the Eight of Cups. Let's clear it. You got 3 8s here. Pinning your reading, Taurus. I'm hearing October was nothing compared to December. Whatever happened in October, whatever you had also a hard time, okay, I'm hearing drawing out, designing. For a number, it comes down to a decision. The difficulty is when we're trying to make sense of it, something that has already been so clear to us, right? So for a number of you, it's about where do we say to ourselves that this is what I feel and that's enough. I don't need to make sense of it in relation to what also others may say about that space, or make, sense of that. For a number of you, possibly there is religion involved here. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who you can kind of see, there is this influence, and it's sort of like making them, maybe say things, act in ways that are like not really like so-called like in their best intention. Interesting. 1 second. Justice here with the Fool. Like someone feels like somebody's acting kind of maybe even like a little off or like bizarre, like, but they can see the reason for that. Like it's kind of like they're kind of like, they feel like they can see the influence, okay? Aries, I'm hearing very strongly in the last week. So we'll jump into it possibly in another reading and the extended readings. And keep in touch is what I'm hearing here, okay? I'm hearing Taurus. I'm hearing he let me have his feathers, and then he flew 1 second. I don't want to say somebody is maybe even threatening someone, but like there is a little bit of this feeling of, hey, do you see that over there? Like I can make money also like in that space. Interesting. Maybe for a number of you it is like with your business, it's an ultimatum. You're given maybe even your boss. You're like, yeah, if you're not going to be getting down with me, like in an honest way, like we can't like continue the scene act. Like either you're gonna own your lines. I'm hearing that as well with the Justice card and the Fool, or and it's like maybe it's just a matter of saying, hey, let's just like at least say it. I'm hearing clearly. So for number review, you can be also wanting to talk about that. Love and light to you. Enjoy this period, and I'll see you soon.